This is Jigokudani Monkey Park in Nagano, also known as Snow Monkey Park, and it might be the only place you can find monkeys soaking in the hot onsen. I think that this is a really interesting visit where you can get really close to these snow monkeys, especially in the winter. We stayed at a hotel near Nagano Station during this part of our trip and took the Shiga Express bus to the Snow Monkey Park. Tickets can only be bought on the day, so I went out to get them first thing in the morning from the ticket counter near the train station. After our breakfast, we went to the bus stop and got on the next bus. We were really lucky to be the last two passengers on this bus. If not, we would need to wait for the next one. The bus ride took about an hour. We alighted at this bus stop near the Shiga Roman Museum. From here, it was about a 10-minute walk to the start of the trail.
Hi Cole, I'm his brother.
We come here for the cold, man.
We come here.
Along the way, there are toilets, food stalls, and restaurants. For the trail, there is a store selling crampons, which Sihui got. I have a pair that I got before our trip. I recommend having this especially for the snowy terrain so that there's better grip when walking. From the start of the trail, it was a 1.6 kilometer walk to the park. Most of the trail was easy walking, but some parts were quite narrow. Overall, it was quite a scenic walk. At the park, there was a queue to get inside, but it wasn't too long. Entrance fee was 800 yen. There are some basic rules in the park, like no eating and no food, keeping a distance from the monkeys, and also not to look at them in the eye from up close. The monkeys are wild, but they come back to the park, I think because they are fed here.
No, expectation is that the monkeys are all chilling in the onsen, right? But reality is that they are all like eating and they are fighting and they are running everywhere. And many times I got shocked. And then there was once a little kid accidentally hit my leg and I thought it was a monkey and my whole hair stood up. You can see the monkeys, they are like fighting. They are so territorial. They are so territorial. But the baby swans are cute.
Soon we got hungry, and even though I would have loved to take more videos, it was time to go. We walked out the same trail that we used to get here. Once we made it out of the trail, we stopped by Enza, a cafe and ramen restaurant.
We are now at Enza Cafe, that's like near the entrance of the Snow Monkey Park. So we came on the day because it was rainy, it's super muddy, a little bit of snow, but a lot of monkeys. But now all our shoes and our socks and everything is like super muddy. So I think come later in the winter might be better when there's snow instead of like mud because of the rain. So yeah, I'm very very hungry. We saw a lot of monkeys lah, really. Like I was expecting them to be like chilling, you know, in the onsen, but they were all eating and then they were fighting, got gang fight, got the monkeys were screaming at each other, and then there were like monkeys that were like what's that territorial monkeys. There's two monkeys that suddenly came in front of me and then started having sex. But the cutest are the baby monkeys. I was very scared at one point. No, when the monkeys were like running because they were fighting. Yeah, so now we're going to eat our lunch and I am very hungry. Bye bye. He's gone.
To be honest, the food wasn't that great, and the prices here were a bit on the higher side, so it felt kind of touristy. But there were very few options around here, and going back to Nagano Station area would mean waiting for at least another hour. So if you're driving, it's definitely easier to find something more worth it. Once we were done, we took the same bus back to Nagano Station. We got our tickets from the ticket office here, and we were lucky again to be the last two to make it on this bus. All in all, the Snow Monkey Park was a really interesting visit. I think that if you're in Nagano or relatively nearby, you should try to visit, especially in the winter when you can see them soak in the onsen. Some things to keep in mind is to check before your visit, check their website, their Twitter and X for updates. Sometimes the monkeys are just not there. And also check the weather if you prefer it to be snowing, and be prepared with crampons and for the cold. So this was part of a 16-day long trip that we made to Japan, including Karizawa, Matsumoto, and Tokyo. We also visited Tokakushi Shrine and Hakuba when we were here in Nagano. If you're interested, you can check out the rest of our videos to follow us on the rest of our trip.